What I want to share with you today, I'm going to tell you real quick. I'm going to go through a presentation, what I would normally do, and I'm going to tell you the 8 steps that I use to do a presentation, and I'm going to share with you why I say what I say. Does that make sense with everybody? This is where I got introduced to a gentleman by the name of Barry Berg. This is Goodyear. This is where I worked at. This bay with the Corvette hanging, that was my bay. That's where I worked. Had my toolbox sitting there, had my little name on it, and that's where I went to work at every day. Believe it or not, I used to be greasy, head to toe. Most people today don't believe it, but that's where I started out at. And I can go into more details on that, but I'm not. But one of the reasons why I put this in my presentation, because when people see the suit, they hear the success story, they can't really believe where you came from. That makes sense? Because they're sitting in the audience, man, can I pay my rent this month? I don't have the money to get into business. You know, man, look at his shoes. That's as much as my rent is. You know, these are the things they're thinking. So they say, no way possible they can relate to where I'm at right now. And I share this with people to let them know that was just a few short years ago when I was living out of this apartment right here, 400 square foot apartment. Do you know how that works, guys? You're in the bedroom. You're in the kitchen. You're in the bathroom, okay? That's how those apartments works. And I remember going home from work, and I would lay across the bed. I had my names list, and I would go through my names list, and I'm on the phone. Boom, main call. You not, boom, 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 boom. I'll go through my names list. I had my favorite pair of shorts. I still got them now. My wife's trying to throw them away. I told them my money-making shorts. They got holes everywhere. But I go to work in those, you know. But I start out. Here's the 8 steps first. Step 1 is relate. Step 1 is relate. You're going to have to relate to the people you're speaking to. And you will relate in basically 4 categories: time, job, money, and health. Because pretty much everybody in the audience, they can relate in one of the 4 categories. If they're making a whole lot of money, it's a good chance they don't have that much time. They got a lot of time on their hand, it's a good chance they're not making a whole lot of money. If they're making a lot of money and they got the time to enjoy it, it's a good chance they might not be living the healthiest lifestyle. That makes sense? They're living a real healthy lifestyle. They make some good money. They might not like the job or the business they're in. Does that make sense for everybody? So one of the 4 categories, they'll say, man, I can feel you on that one. So I would say something like this. I'll tell my story. You know, I used to be working Goodyear. I had a job there. I was thankful for it, but I wasn't satisfied at all. Working a lot of long, hard hours, never had the time freedom to spend with my family and my friends. The money that I was making, it was okay, but at the end of the month, I had more bills left and the money was gone. Who know what I'm talking about? You know, and you would relate to the person. So what you want their response to be right now is, they're okay, I like them. Because, see, people are going to listen to somebody they know, like, or trust. 9 times out of 10, they probably don't know if you're doing a presentation for somebody. They don't really trust you because they don't know you. So they got to kind of have to like you and relate to you a little bit. That makes sense? So that's why the relate is so important. Then you move into step 2. After relate, you'll talk about the industry. Now, in the industry, you just want to paint a picture of it's a big industry, it's growing, and you can get a piece of it and benefit from this industry. That makes sense with everybody? Wellness industry, and we'll explain that and go into details. Now, this is something I want you to write down, and it's very, very, very important. It doesn't matter what your slides look like. It doesn't matter if you're reading off of 3 sheets of paper. It doesn't matter if you're doing a conference call, go-to meeting. You're sitting at a restaurant with 1 person. You're in front of a room with 500 people. It doesn't matter. This works 100% of the time. The person sitting in the chair, but they don't care about your success. They don't give a hoot what kind of success you had. They don't. All they're thinking is, what's in it for me? What can I get out of this deal? How can this benefit my family? How can this help my health? That's their major concern. They don't care what your suit look like, what your shoes. Most people are so concerned, let me get my slides tightened up, make sure I'm dressed just right. My hair got to be combed just perfect. Because see, the thing that kept me from doing presentations, growing up, I was always self-conscious of what people think about me. Because as you can tell, I'm not a small guy, am I? So I was always the one they picked on about their size, right? And I came from a very shy background. But I recognized real quickly that the people that was making the big money in this industry was doing a presentation. Who recognized that already? And I relate that to the days when I used to hang out. See, when I hung out, we went to the club. I made sure I drove. So when I decide I want to go home, I can go. If I want to stay later, I can stay, right? So I recognize in the business, right now, I got to wait for somebody else to come and do my presentation. Or I got to wait for the conference call on Monday, or wait for the meeting on Saturday. So I said, I need to learn to do the presentation. And now I'm in control of how much money I make. That make sense with everybody? So that's the thing is, you want to learn how to do the presentation yourself and be in control of it. And it doesn't matter where you start from just barely being able to do one, because we all started from the same spot. My first presentation, we used to use a whiteboard, and we draw circles and telling the story. Doing that, summertime, you sweating, your hands got marker on it, and I'm wiping my head. I got blue marker all over my head, and I'm still doing the presentation. Didn't know it, but that's where I started from. That make sense? Okay. Now, what kind of words are you going to use to make that person feel like there's something in it for me? Here are the words not to use. I and me. You very minimally use I and me. Probably the only time you use that maybe when you're just kind of relating and telling your quick personal story. Here are the words you want to use. You, yours. What would it be like? How would that make you feel? Just imagine. But the key words, just imagine. How would that make you feel? What would that do for your lifestyle? How would that help and benefit your family? Would that make you feel a little bit better about your situation? How would you like to live more of a healthier lifestyle? See, you're painting a picture in their mind of what they can acquire through this opportunity and through this product. And continuously, every fact you state, you must state the benefit to them. So, example, we're in the natural beverage market in the wellness industry. The wellness industry right now is over $400 billion and growing. By the year 2010, it's predicted to be well over $1 trillion. I mean, guys, think about it. How would it be for you if you can get a piece of that $600 billion growth in the next 4 to 5 years? I mean, would that be okay with you? They're sitting in the chair. Yeah, sure, that'd be all right with me. And then you'll hit on the health side. So you got to hit money and health. You can't just be one-sided. Can't be all money. You can't be all health. You got to hit both sides. And to see the great thing about the wellness industry, we're showing people how to live longer, live healthier, doing that with less medication and showing how to do it all naturally. I mean, what would it be like for you and your family to be able to live longer, healthier, and doing that more all natural? Would you like that? Of course, everybody wants that. So you see how you drawing them into your presentation? And they're starting to say, yeah, I like this deal. Then the next step, you move into the company. And the company, well, we all know it's Tahitian Owned International. And I use a lot of pictures. I don't use a lot of words because pictures say more than words do. And when you're doing your presentation, you don't want to look back, read every little sentence you got to say, look back, because every time you do that, you lose the attention here. So you just use pictures, and you tell them, you know, everybody know all about Tahitian Owned International. I don't have to go in details, do I? Okay, good. Then I'll talk about business and magazines. But every fact that I state the benefits. We've been in all these different publications all across the world. Do you know what that's going to do for you? It's going to make it easier for you to when you approach some of your friends or family to show them a magazine that we've been in. They're going to be like, wow, you guys like that? You see, you state the fact, you state the benefits. Then you move into this slide here, and 9 times out of 10 after I show this, I can kind of stop my presentation. Because if you understand the power, when you say we're the number 4 fastest growing company, Let me show y'all something real quick if you never looked at it. Because, see, I've been doing a lot of studying and research. I'm going to show you 4 areas, and these 4 companies on here that we're going to dominate over the next 10 years. 1, we're building a strong brand name, right? Who's got the strongest brand name? Where they at? Bam, right there, number 17, right? And we're building wellness cafes all across the world, right? Who else had a strong cafes all across the world? Where are they at? They on the list? Bam, right there. We got over 13 plus different ingredients. That's enough ingredients to pretty much make any products that you choose to ever want to make anywhere in this world. Is there another company on the list that all they did was manufacture a bunch of different products? Are y'all with me? We're teaching people a new wave of distribution. Oh, y'all with me? Okay. See, if you understand the power of our company, when you share this slide with somebody, your confidence is going to be so strong, they feel it. They don't just hear it, because it's coming from your heart. And like my wife said, what's from the heart reaches the heart. That makes sense? But then once again, you'll state the fact, but you'll come behind it and state what? The benefits. I mean, guys, just imagine. See, once you say just imagine, guess what they're going to do? They're going to start to imagine. Just imagine if you had a chance to be with like Coca-Cola or Starbucks or Procter & Gamble or Walmart when they were 9.5, 10 years old. Where would your family be today? Seriously, guys, where would your family be today? Exactly. Now you have a chance to be with the number 4 company, and we're not even 10 years old yet. Think about where your kids are going to be 10 years from now. How would it be for your lifestyle? Would it be a difference? See how you draw them into that? They're seeing the benefits for themselves right now. Then you go into growth, the revenues, and everything like that, and we go into the products. Now, guys, the products, it's very important that you don't go too long. Because, see, because we're diversifying, the products we got now, 200 products, I believe me, guys, it's going to be 2,000 real quick. Okay? And if you start to go into too much details in too many areas, you're going to have a 2-hour presentation just on the products alone. That makes sense? So what I do is I hit 3 key areas. I talk about the fruit, the leaves, and the seeds. And I just simply tell them about the 2,000-year history, the benefits that the natives of the Polynesian Islands have been using it for, and from there, we've created close to 200 different products. But our flagship product is Tahitian noni juice. That's the horsepower. But other products, we have from canine products to equine essentials, hit the tapeworm moya. So we let people know we got stuff for hair, face, your skin, inside your body, teas, chocolate, but I don't go in a lot of details. Then I just quickly tell the history of noni. Because, see, most people never heard about noni, and if they have, they don't really know much about it. They thinking it's like an apple or orange or a peach. They don't know the history behind noni. So you quickly tell them, there's over 2,000-year history, and then once again you come back and state the benefits for them. You're going to be using a product and sharing it with your family that stems back well over 2,000 years. I mean, think about some of the stuff you're buying right now off the shelf. They don't even have a 2-year history. You see how you bring that back to them? And then you talk about the scientific research, the 6-step formula process. Call up Procter & Gamble right now and ask them, do they have a 6-step quality assurance process? Can they track any of their product all the way back from its origination? And guess what they're going to tell you? Click. They won't even answer you. They're going to say, we got a crazy person on the phone here. That is very powerful when you say that to somebody. Now, another thing I'm going to share with you. When you're doing a presentation, you're dealing with 4 types of personalities out there. Number 1 type, we call them shark in our group, but that's a person that's really money-oriented. They're about business. They're about making money. Then another personality you're going to have, we call them a whale. That's the kind of person that they just want to save the world. It's all about helping people and making a difference. Okay? Then you're going to have what we call an urchin. That's what we call a factual individual. They just want the black and white. Just give me the facts, no hype, none of that stuff. Give me the facts. That's it. Then you're going to have the dolphins. All they want to know is where the party at. Is it some fun? Is the meetings fun? Y'all got some pretty girls there? So any single guys? That's all they want to know. It's fun. So throughout your presentation, you must make sure that you hit all 4 personalities. There got to be a time that you get real serious, down to business, just state the facts. I normally do that around a product and the scientific research and things along that line. There got to be a part in your presentation where you put in about 2 or 3 jokes. Just get a little chuckle out of people, nothing big. That makes sense? That way they won't fall asleep, because a dolphin will fall asleep on you if it's boring, okay? When it comes to the money, you got to mention the money, but don't have a money-oriented presentation, because then you'll end up turning off the person that's more of a whale. They don't really want to hear about the money stuff. Everything in this world about money. We want to make a difference. So you want to hit the money strong enough so a person that's a shark say, oh, okay, they're making some money. But not too much to where a whale say, oh, gosh, they're just all about money. Forget those guys. Let's leave. That make sense? Yes. Then I switch gears. And I started to talk about the business side. As you notice on my slide, I use membership. And here's why I use the membership concept. What I found out is everybody wants to be a member. I don't care what it is. Whether it's a rewards credit card member, whether it's a Sam's Club member, whether it's a member of a college organization, or a member on the bowling team, whatever it is, people are comfortable with being a member. Who's a member of something? Everybody raise your hand. Come on, everybody raise your hand. You're a member of something. Everybody? You don't? Okay, I'm not going to go in that one. But we tell them the membership price, $35. For a membership package, they get a beautiful membership package, educated on the product of the company, all the benefits, the infrastructure, da-da-da-da-da-da. Then I tell them there's 2 types of members that we run into. We have what we call a shopping member, and we have a business building member. Now, if you're a shopping member, just go shopping. And I use the terms that T and I have, because what we found out is everybody what? Loves to shop. See, use the terms that they did. Believe me, they didn't just say, that sounds nice, let me throw it out there. I believe they paid probably thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to somebody to come up with that term, and it's a lot of psychology behind that, so use it. People love to shop. Who in here loves to shop? Exactly. Everybody loves to shop. So you say, shopping member, they can go shopping. A business building member, they'll commit to their first case of product, and they'll commit to our case auto ship program. Now, as a business building member, I'll list down all the benefits. You know, you got a tracking system through your website, customer service, 77 in this country, royalties off the cafe. I'll show them some pictures of the cafe because, you know, they see it, see the line outside, see the inside of it, tell them about what the cafe is, the benefits of it. How the 4th bonus pool is going to work, how they're going to be able to get a share or a piece of the cafe revenues every month and grow them, da-da-da. That makes sense for everybody? Then I roll into the 5 ways that we get paid. Keep it very simple, brief, to the point. But when I give people these examples, I say it a little bit different. Like retail profit, what I would tell them is, I mean, just imagine, right? You had a Sam's Club membership. Haven't you had a friend or a family member that didn't want to get the membership, but they wanted to borrow yours to go shopping? Everybody has somebody like that, right? So it's the same thing here. You're a member, but you got somebody that want to go shopping here, whether they want to go shopping through the catalog, they can go shopping on your website, or they can go to one of our local stores that we have up around the world. You know we already got 9 of them, right? And many, many more to come. So they can see themselves doing that. They can see themselves having one of their friends or family members saying, you know, I just want to buy some of the stuff. And they can go shopping. And I tell them, every time they go shopping, they're going to pay a non-member's price. But because you're the member, you're going to get the difference in the form of a check just for them shopping. Who like that? Everybody loves it. Then I go into the 20% personal rebate. I say, guys, you heard about rebates before. You go shopping, you get a little receipt, you got to wait, click the coupon out, send it in, wait about 3 months before you get a little bit of rebate back, right? Yeah. Everybody like, oh, yeah, I did that before. But I said, how ours work, because of the unique technology that we have, soon as you go shopping, any purchases that you make, whether it's online, through the website, through the catalogs, or one of our local stores, instantly when you make the purchase, that's going to go into our commissions department. The following week, the company will cut you out a check for 20% of everything you shop for. I mean, how do you like that? Just for going shopping, you're getting a check back. Who likes that? See, they see themselves shopping. They see themselves, yeah, that's a whole lot easier than cutting out the receipt and putting it in the mailbox. Then I go into the weekly fast start bonus, and I use the same Sam's Club's concept. I mean, do you guys remember when the first Sam's Club opened up in your city? Do y'all remember? Years ago, right? Just imagine when you got your first membership, that you shared it with your families and friends, and when they got memberships and went shopping, you got a check. Who would have told some more family members about it? And every time they go shopping, you got a check. That's how our Fast Start bonus works, and it's paid out weekly just for doing what you do every day anyway. That make sense with everybody? Then I goes into the royalty income, and how I share that is, once people experience our products, they're going to continually want to use them for the rest of their lives. So as they continue to shop, you're going to get a check month after month, year after year. And I paint a picture of residual income because most people don't understand it. See, all I knew was linear income. Work, get paid. Work, get paid. Work, get paid. Don't work, don't get paid. Everybody know that way, don't they? So when somebody told me, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, I said, I like that way better. You know, I was the one in my family that was known to be ambitiously lazy. I was ambitious enough to find a quicker, shorter way to do it, but I didn't want to work too long. So when they mention royalty income, you mean I can go work hard for like 2 or 3 years, and for real, I can get paid for the rest of my life? Yeah. That sure beats 30 to 40-year plan any day. And I share that with people, and they can see themselves doing that. Then the fifth way, I share the monthly revenue sharing. You see, where's he left. But be invested in the company. Be invested in the company. See, if you understand that one right there, be invested in the company. Guys, this is the company you want to be vested in. Combine Procter & Gamble, Walmart, Coca-Cola, and Starbucks together. What are you going to have 10, 20 years from now? You're going to have a giant that the world is going to be like, where did that come from? And you have a chance to be vested in it. If that one hits you on the plane back home, just jump up out your seat, and the person next to you, what's wrong? Man, I'm about to be vested in the biggest company in the world of all time. What is it? If you ain't heard, let me tell you about it. Then I switched. I put my story within the presentation. They saw the apartment I was living in. They saw the car I was living in. And I let them know I started this business at 26. At 27 years old, I was retired. A year later, I moved out that apartment, 400 square foot and over 5,000 square foot home paid for by this company. But the key thing I do, I show them a couple pictures of the backyard, the lake, stuff like that. But I talk about the time freedom. Because to me, that's the most valuable thing. Just been married 2 years. Matter of fact, met my wife in this company here in Salt Lake City in 2003 at the Salt Lake Palace. I met my wife, married 8 months later, okay? We got married right before we went to Kauai, so that would be our anniversary. I'm thrifty, I'm not cheap. But I share with them about the time freedom because more people value their time more. You hear people talk about money, but it's not really the money. It's the time that the money can buy you. That makes sense? Because if you can make the money, now you can have more time to spend with your kids. You can have more time to travel. You can have more time to do the things that you really want to do in life. And I tell you, when people understand that, and then I come behind it and let them know I'm an average Joe that I took advantage of a serious opportunity. I don't beat my chest like King Kong. I get very low. I let them know if I can do it, anybody can do it. That makes sense? Then I go in and, total amount of commissions paid out. We hitting the money again. Then we talk about the training support system, T&I Success Path. Guys, I promote T&I Success Path, and the reason being why it's a universal training system. And what I would love to see personally is every team, every organization in this company come underneath one umbrella with one unified training system, and that's what's going to make us the baddest company of all times. Believe me on that one. Then throughout the trips, we show them the trips, going to Monaco. And then I hit the Just Imagine again when I show them the Tahiti. Guys, what would it be like, right? You get this box in the mail. It's got towels with Outrigger Tahiti on it. It's got your caps. It's got your little name badges. It's got your airplane ticket, your room reservation, all that stuff. And you didn't spend a dime, not even a nickel, not even a penny. And when you go over there and you eat, they wouldn't even let you tip. Now, who'd want to go on a vacation like that? They see the visuals. They see themselves doing that. They see the benefits of being with this company. Then after that, I kind of close out the presentation. I didn't give you all the rest of the steps, did I? Oops. Okay, step 1 was relate. Step 2 was industry. Step 3 is company. Step 4 is product. Step 5 is testimonials. Step 6, compensation plan, getting started. Step 7, training, we provide it. Step 8, close. Now, our close is not, I don't believe in that, the insurance kind of close or the used car salesman's kind of close. Here's the pen sign right here kind of deal. Because I've seen people do that. They're in the business today. They're on non-case auto-ship next month. I believe in just sharing some facts with them, educating them. They're not in now. Sooner or later, they will be in. It's just a matter of time. But I do share this with them because it impacts me. And I'm going to leave you guys with this last little bit. I let them know, where are the jobs at? What are your options? What are your options right now? In this article, it talks about the jobs going overseas, leaving America. This is on the front cover of Business Week. Andre Part didn't make that up. Then I go in a little bit further. Time magazine. Hey, where's my raise? Paychecks shrinking all across the United States. Shrinking. Just imagine, think about it, right? You used to get paid like $50,000 a year. But look, they didn't decrease your income, but they increased the amount you had to pay for your insurance. Oh, yeah, your check just got decreased, okay? See, it's different ways. Yeah, you're still making $50,000 a year, but they're taking out more out your check now for insurance. That's another way of cutting your income. This new retirement plan. Y'all know what that is? The newest thing is talking about your second and third career. After working 30 years so hard of your life, you'll retire for about a year, and you'll notice you can't make it on your pension and Social Security, and you have to go and get a second job or second or third career. And you see people doing it every day. And the saying now is, you're going to work till you go in that box, whether it's pine or chrome. Then my last little slide, this is my favorite one. Will you ever be able to retire? And it shows this lady, working. But the part that I really target in on, I say, look at these kids here. Their impression right now is, I got a good life. But as soon as I hit 18, I'm going to have to work for the rest of my life until I go in a box. And let me share something with you guys. There's 2 types of people out here when you're presenting this business. If they're 35 and above, they're more concerned about retirement and their health. If they're 35 and below, they're just concerned about getting money and they don't want to work a job. I'm telling you. Somebody below 35, you introduce them to this business, they'll sign up and they'll quit their job tomorrow. And won't even think about it. I don't recommend anybody doing that, but they'll do that with a heartbeat. Because what they're saying to themselves, they've been seeing this picture right here. And they're saying, I'm not going to do like mom and dad. There's no way I'm going to work my hard-earned butt off for the next 30 years. And this company said they were going to give me this pension plan, but they gave me this little bitty pension plan. Then my Social Security check went from this to this. There's no way I'm going to do that. So they're automatically, at the age of 18, they're looking for an opportunity. They say, most of them saying, I don't want to go to college. I see people go to college, got 4 degrees, working at McDonald's. Exactly. Got to pay them jokers back. And they stay on your credit forever. They don't never. I still got one now. Even when you pay them, they still keep it on there. And then I go into what I call a picture close. I show them option A, working for the rest of your life, not being able to retire. You know, the jobs are going aboard. Then I go, option B, start in this part-time vehicle. Work it on a part-time basis. Increase your healthy lifestyle. And like some of these individuals here, my good friend, Bill Kirkland, Carney Kirkland, love them. In Jacksonville, Florida, now retired through this business. Some of my business partner, Janice and Kevin Dixon in Memphis, Tennessee, through this business, being able to retire, living more healthy. She was an RN for 17 years. A year and a half in this business, retired. He owned a locksmith company for years. Now all they do is travel the world, sharing their story with everybody, and drinking up a lot of juice. Then I go into this gentleman here, Mr. James Tucker, one of my mentors, shared that. I like his story because he was making a lot of money. He had a multi-million-dollar real estate company. He used to play professional basketball at one time, but he didn't have the time. See, if you're going to be talking to professionals, whether it's business owners or CEOs and people that's making 6-figure a year already, you cannot talk to them about money because they already feel, ego, that they know how to make money. But their problem is their time because they're working 70, 80 hours a week to make that $100,000 a year. So they're not really concerned about more money because in their mind means more money, more of my time away from my family. That's what's in their mind. But if you can show them how to be healthier and get more time freedom, you'll move them to action. That makes sense? That's where go-to meetings and conference calls come in play because those guys, they ain't going to no meeting. Believe me on that one. Fred Herzard, I share a little bit of his story and the success that he's had, and I close out with that, with the picture stories. And that's the end of the presentation. That makes sense with everybody? Yes. So the 7 steps is relate. I'm waiting for y'all to say the next step. Relate, industry, company, product, testimonials, compensation, training, close. Simple 8 steps. And it doesn't matter whether you're doing a short 15-minute presentation, a meeting that's 30, 45 minutes, or in-home presentation, a conference call, go-to meeting. It's the same steps that you use. You just shorten or lengthen what you're saying or doing. Have more, I just call this visual aid. You don't want your presentation, you have to be looking back all the time. This is just visual aid. Remember the membership concept? People feel comfortable with being a member. Okay, they're part of something. They don't feel like they're a distributor actually going out here to physically distribute something. That makes sense? When you state the facts, you're going to state what?